So today we're going to show you a drop hitch, a 20,000 pound hitch, and we're going to show you why you would need this hitch. You know, maybe it's for construction, maybe it's for your travel trailer, but you know, it could be multiple things, or it could be a boat. And a neat trick I'm going to show you about being able to hook this up to multiple vehicles without having to figure out, you know, the right height and resetting it. So let's get started. So what you get out of the box is a 20,000 pound, whoa, a 20,000 pound hitch. This thing is a beast. And something kind of cool about this, so it has spacers, you know, for sliding things down when you're hooking it up. And it has an adjustable thing here that you screw down. Now what this does is, once you hook this to your truck, it has a big giant bolt back here that you can tighten it down to your receiver so it doesn't clank around when you're got it hooked up. Just keeps it tighter. And it has two holes for hooking it on your truck. It depends on what you need to adjust it to. What I generally say is, anytime you hook a trailer receiver to your truck, try to get the closest one in that you can. You know, don't go out here because it's more convenient, because the more you put this out, the more swing you're going to get on your trailer. So try to go in as far as you can. It may not be as convenient for you, but even that, you know, inch and a half is going to make a big difference on travel swing, because your wheel difference from your rear wheel to the hitch, just that inch and a half, you know, could be, you know, maybe 3% distance difference, and that's technically 3% less trailer sway you're going to get. So I would say try your best to get it on the inside one. And so here's the hitch part, and what's kind of cool on this, they really thought of a couple things. They put some rubber gaskets on here. I don't go pulling them off thinking it's part of the packaging, because that gasket is to keep the thing quiet. So when you put it on, you pin it. You get those pins in, and it's a lot easier on a truck. One pin, two pin, and we'll put these cutters in there. Oh, another thing, when you mount this thing on your truck permanently, replace one of these with a lock key one. That way you don't have two cotter key ones here. You can have a lock key on one. That way nobody steals your part of your hitch anyway. It does come with one lock key to lock it to your trailer or lock it to your truck, but you really need a second one on here to make sure nothing gets stolen. But you can see there's no noise. You know, it keeps everything nice and solid. It's a really solid hitch, and you know, it's 20,000 pounds. But another thing I really like about this is, you see these hitches out there and they look kind of cheap. You know, it looks like it's not real metal. They look kind of fabricated, and they don't look like they have real welds. You know, they just look a little cheap. Even some of them are, you know, really thin. Where when you look at this one, whoever did this did it well, because these are solid welds. These are good solid welds on here. You can see how they're welded. And I used to actually do welding, and you can see these welds are a perfect pour. And what I mean by that is, when you're welding, you want just a little bit of an arch on your weld pull, and you don't want it to cut in on your metal. So you don't want it to cut in on your metal, and you want just a little bit of an arch pull. That way it's melting into this piece, it's melting into this piece, and it's building up a little bit out here. And that is exactly what they have here. They have the perfect weld. So I don't think I could have done a better job with that. Good job with the weld. So let's get this on the truck, and we'll show you my little trick on this. So here it is, and you know, this is a 20,000 pound hitch, and I am right now putting it on a Toyota Tacoma, which is, as we know, massive overkill for this. But I just want to show you how this thing works, and it's not really about the truck. It's about the product on this case. So hook it up, and if you want to tighten this thing up, you can put these little spacers on here, and there's a little nut back here that you can tighten this thing up on. That way it won't rattle around on you when you're driving down the road with no load on it. So that's how you tighten that. Now, one trick that I want to show you is with nail polish. So let's say you have a boat and you're hauling that boat, and the boat is a lot lower. Your truck's pretty raised up, and your boat's way down here, which is probably a good chance it is. By the way, I really love those little rubber gaskets. Keep it quiet. Anyway, so what you do is, if your boat's way down there, then you take this color for your boat, and you put a little bit on your boat hitch, your tongue on your boat, and then you put this color right there. Put a lot on there. Just your lightest nail polish, and now you put one drop on the top. Put a drop on the top. That way you know that this is the top, and these are the two marks for that boat. Now let's say you have a travel trailer, and that travel trailer, it sits a little higher, which it probably would. Let's say it sits right here. The travel trailer to be level, it is right there. And even in construction, you could have different types of trailers. So this isn't just for travel trailer, boat. It's for construction type things too. So your construction vehicle, in this case we're talking travel trailer. Our travel trailer has, this is going to be the top. So I put a little dot there. And this is the color for those two. And again, I would put a little dab of this on the tongue of the travel trailer. That way I can see that that's for the travel trailer. So now let me bring in, okay, so now we have two different colors, and we got two colors on here. That way we know when we install this hitch on here, this is the top side for that color. So the blue was for the travel trailer. We're getting ready to hook up the travel trailer, and we see the blue dot on the travel trailer's tongue. So we come over here and we put these two pins on the blue. We know this is the top, so that's blue. And now we can hook up to the travel trailer. If we have a boat and we're getting ready to pull up to the boat has the pink one on the tongue. So we're going to hook it up to the boat, hook up, and we know the pink is for the boat. We do that, and now we have no question which height is for which vehicle we're going to hook up. So that's just a nice little tip so that you can real quickly identify, what height you need to set this thing up to. So that is it. And like I said, this is a tough hitch. It's the only 20,000 pound weighted hitch I've seen. And I don't need it for my vehicle, but my buddies, my neighbors, they have a construction business and a travel trailer. So once I'm done doing this video, I'm going to give it to them so they can use this on, all their vehicles. So that's the reason why I did it. And, this is for, the types of RVs, travel trailers. So it is good information for you all, but I'm just going to give it to my neighbor because I have no use for it, not with this truck, and my neighbors have great use for it. Good content for the channel, and my neighbors get a nice free hitch. So that's it, and if you like what we're doing, please subscribe because you all make it happen.